This is Revii, the fourth reading of our weekly Torah portion of Naso. Naso, the fourth reading, is in the book of Numbers, Sefer Bamidbar, chapter 5, verse 11 through 627. It's 48 verses. Starting with verse 11. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Daber al bnei Israel, me'ata lehem ish ish ki tisde ishto u'ma'aleh bo ma'al. Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, should any man's wife go astray and deal treacherously with him? V'shachav ish ota shichat zeha, v'ne'elam me'enei isha, v'nistera, v'hi nitma'a, v'ed ein ba, v'hi lo nitpasa. And a man lie with her carnally, but it was hidden from her husband's eyes, but she was secluded with a suspected adulterer, and there was no witness against her, and she was not seized. Ve'avar alav ruach kin'ah, v'kinei et ishto, v'hi nitma'a, o avar alav ruach kin'ah, v'kinei et ishto, v'hi lo nitma'a. But a spirit of jealousy had come upon him, and he became jealous of his wife, and she was defiled, or a spirit of jealousy had come upon him, and he was jealous of his wife, and she was not defiled. V'hevia ish et ishto el hakohen, v'hevi et korbana aleha, asirit ha'efa kemach seorim, lo yitzok alav shemen, v'lo yiten alav levona, ki minchat kinaot hu, minchat zikaron maskeret avon. Then the man shall bring his wife to the Kohen and bring her offering for her 1/10 of an ephah of barley flour. He shall neither pour oil over it nor put frankincense on it, for it is a meal offering of jealousies, a meal offering of remembrance, recalling iniquity. V'yikri ota hakohen v'hemida lifnei Adonai. The Kohen shall bring her forth and present her before the Lord. V'lakach hakohen mayim kedoshim b'chli chares, u'min ha'afar asher yeh b'karka hamishkan yikach hakohen v'natan el hamayim. The Kohen shall take holy water in an earthen vessel and some earth from the Mishkan floor. The Kohen shall take and put it into the water. והעמיד הכהן את האישה לפני אדוני ופרע את ראש האישה ונתן על כפיה את מנחת הזיכרון, מנחת קנאות היא, וביד הכהן יהיו מהמרים המערערים. The Kohen shall stand the woman up before the Lord and expose her hair on the head of the woman. He shall place into her hands the remembrance meal offering, which is the meal offering of jealousies, while the bitter curse bearing the waters are in the Kohen's hand. והשביע אותה הכהן ואמר אל האישה, אם לא שכב איש אותך ואם לא סטית טומאה תחת אישך, הנקי ממי המרים המערערים האלה. The Kohen shall then place her under oath and say to the woman, if no man has lain with you, and you have not gone astray to become defiled to another in place of your husband, then you will be absolved through these bitter waters which cause the curse. Ve'at ki satit tachat ishech, v'chi nitme'et, v'yiten ha'ish bach et shechavto mibaladei ishech. But as for you, if you have gone astray to another instead of your husband, and have become defiled, and another man besides your husband has lain with you, והשביע הכהן את האישה בשבועת העלה, ואמר הכהן לאישה, ייתן אדוני אותך לעלה ולשבועה בתוך עמך, ותת אדוני את ירחך נופלת ואת בטנך צבא. The Kohen shall now adjure the woman with the oath of the curse, and the Kohen shall say to the woman, may the Lord make you for a curse and an oath among your people, when the Lord causes your thigh to rupture and your belly to swell. ובאו המים המערערים האלה במאייך לצבות בטן ולנפיל ירך. ואמרה האישה, Amen, Amen. For these curse-bearing waters shall enter your innards, causing the belly to swell and the thigh to rupture. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. וכתב את העלות האלה הכהן בספר ומחה אל מי המרעים. The Kohen shall write these curses on a scroll and erase it in the bitter water. והשקה את האישה את מי המרים המערערים ובאו בה המים המערערים למרים. He shall then give the bitter curse-bearing waters to the woman to drink, and the curse-bearing waters shall enter her to become bitter. ולקח הכהן מיד האישה את מנחת הקנאות, והניף את המנחה לפני אדוני, והקריב אותה אל המזבח. The Kohen shall take the meal offering of jealousies from the woman's hand, wave the meal offering before the Lord, and bring it to the altar. וקמץ הכהן מן המנחה את אזכרתה והקטיר המזבחה, ואחר ישקה את האישה את המים. The Kohen shall scoop out from the meal offering its reminder, and burn it upon the altar. And then he shall give the woman the water to drink. והשקה את המים והייתה אם נטמעה ותמעול מעל באישה, ובאו בה המים המערערים למרים, וצבתה בטנה ונפלה ירחה, והייתה אישה לעלה בקרב עמה. He shall make her drink the water, and it shall be that if she had been defiled and was unfaithful to her husband, the curse-bearing waters shall enter her to become bitter, and her belly will swell, and her thigh will rupture. The woman will be a curse among her people. ואם לא נטמעה האישה וטהורה היא ונקטעה ונזרעה זרה. But if the woman had not become defiled, and she is clean, she shall be exempted and bear seed. זאת תורת הקנאות אשר תסתה אישה תחת אישה ונטמעה. This is the law of jealousies when a woman goes astray to someone other than her husband and is defiled. O ish אשר תעבוד עליו רוח קנאה וקנא יד אשתו והעמיד את האישה לפני אדוני ועשה לה הכהן את כל התורה הזאת. Or if a spirit of jealousy comes over a man and he is jealous of his wife, and he presents the woman before the Lord, and the Kohen shall do to her all this law. וניקה האיש מעוון והאישה ההיא תישא את עוונה. The man shall be absolved of iniquity, and the woman shall bear her iniquity. Okay, chapter 6. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, דבר בני ישראל ואמרת להם, איש או אישה כי יפלי לנדור נדר, נזיר להזיר לאדוני. Speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, a man or woman who sets himself apart by making a Nazarite vow to abstain for the sake of the Lord. Yayin b'sheichar yazir chometz. Yayin chometz sheichar lo yishte. B'chol mishrat anavim lo yishte. Anavim lachim v'veshim lo yochel. He shall abstain from new wine and aged wine. He shall not drink even vinegar made from new wine or aged wine, nor shall he drink anything in which grapes have been steeped, and he shall eat neither fresh grapes nor dried ones. Kol yemei nizro mikol asher yaseh migefen hayayin mechartzanim be'ad zag lo yochel. From the entire duration of his abstinence, he shall not eat any product of the grapevine, from the seeds to the skins. Kol yemei neder neziro ta'ar yavor al rosho ad milot hayamim asher yazir l'Adonai kadosh yihye gadel pera sa'ar rosho. All the days of his vow of abstinence, no razor shall pass over his head until the completion of the term that he abstains for the sake of the Lord. It shall be sacred, and he shall allow the growth of his hair, of the hair of his head, to grow wild. Kol yemei aziro l'Adonai al nefesh met lo yavo. All the days that he abstains for the Lord, he shall not come into contact with the dead. L'aviv u'li'imo, l'achiv u'la'achoto, lo yitama lahem b'motam ki nezer Elohav al rosho. To his father, to his mother, to his brother, or to his sister, he shall not defile himself if they die. For the crown of his God upon his head. Kol yemei nizro kadosh hu Adonai. For the entire duration of his abstinence, he is holy to the Lord. Yamut met b'peta b'tom timei rosh nizro v'gilach rosho b'yom taharato b'yom hashvi'i yegalchenu. If someone in his presence dies unexpectedly or suddenly, and causes the Nazarite head to become defiled, he shall shave off the hair of his head on the day of his purification. On the seventh day he shall shave it off. Uvayom hashmini yavo shtei torim o shnei b'nei Yonah el hakohen el petach ohel moed. And on the eighth day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons to the Kohen at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Yasah HaKohen echad lechatat echad leolah v'chiper alav me'asher chata al hanefesh v'kidash et rosha b'yom hahu. The Kohen shall prepare one for a sin offering and one for a burnt offering, and atone on his behalf for sinning by coming into contact with the dead. And he shall sanctify his head on that day. V'hizir l'Adonai et mei nizro v'hevi keves ben shnato le'asham v'hayamim harishonim yiplu ki tameh nizro. He shall consecrate to the Lord the period of his abstinence and bring a lamb in its first year as a guilt offering. The previous days shall be cancelled because his Nazariteship has been defiled. Zot Torah Tanazir b'yom milot yemei nizro yavi oto el petach ohel moed. This is the law of the Nazarite. On the day of his period of Nazariteship is completed, he shall present himself at the entrance to the tent of meeting. V'hikriv et korbano l'Adonai keves ben shnato tamim echad leolah וכבשה אחת בת שנתה תמימה לחטאת ועיל אחד תמים לשלמים. He shall bring his offering to the Lord, one unblemished lamb, in its first year as a burnt offering, one unblemished ewe lamb in its first year as a sin offering, and one unblemished ram as a peace offering. וסל מצות סולת חלות בלולות בשמן ורקיקי מצות ושוחים בשמן ומנחתם ולזקיהם. And a basket of unleavened cakes, loaves, and fine flour mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, with their meal offerings and their libations. ויקריב הכהן לפני אדוני ועשה את חטאתו ואת עולתו. The Kohen shall present it before the Lord and perform the service of his sin offering and his burnt offering. ואת העל יעשה זבח שלמים לאדוני על סל המצות, ויעשה הכהן את מנחתו ואת נזקו. He shall make the ram as a peace offering to the Lord, along with the basket of unleavened cakes, and the Kohen shall perform the service of its meal offering with its libation. וגילח הנזיר פתח אוהל מועד את ראש נזרו ולקח את שיער ראש נזרו ונתן על האש אשר תחת זבח השלמים. The Nazarite shall shave the head of his Nazarite. The Nazarite shall shave the head of his Nazariteship at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and he shall take the hair of the head of his Nazariteship and place it upon the fire which is under the peace offering. ולקח הכהן את הזרוע בשלה מן העיל וחלת מצה אחת מן הסל ורקיק מצה אחד ונתן על כפי הנזיר אחר התגלחו את נזרו. The Kohen shall then take the cooked foreleg of the ram, one unleavened loaf from the basket, and one unleavened wafer, place them in the hands of the Nazarite after he has shaven off his Nazarite head. והניף אותם הכהן תנופה לפני אדוני קודש הוא לכהן על חזה התנופה ועל שוק התרומה ואחר ישתה הנזיר יין. The Kohen shall wave them as a waving before the Lord. It is consecrated to the Kohen along with the breast of the waving and the thigh of the uplifting. And after this, the Nazarite may drink wine. Zot Torat HaNazir, אשר ידור קורבנו לאדוני על נזרו בלבד אשר תשיג ידו כפי נדרו אשר ידור כן יעשה על תורת נזרו. This is the law of the Nazarite, who makes a vow. His offering to the Lord for his Nazarite is in addition to what is within his means. According to the vow that he vows, so shall he do in addition to the law of Nazarite. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, דבר אל אהרון ואל בניו לאמור, כה תברכו את בני ישראל, אמור להם. Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, this is how you shall bless the children of Israel, saying to them, יברכך אדוני וישמרך. May the Lord bless you and watch over you. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך. May the Lord cause his countenance to shine upon you and favor you. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. May the Lord raise his countenance toward you and grant you peace. ושמו את שמי אל בני ישראל ואני אברכם. They shall bestow my name upon the children of Israel so that I will bless them.